It's time for another blistering report from the front lines of the cultural war for a constitutional America. And now, here's your host, Charles Benninghoff.
The scene behind me today is most awesome. It is a Russian hydrogen bomb blast that was codenamed the Tsar bomb. It was also called the Ivan by some circles, for example, the CIA. And it was detonated on October of 1961. Did you know that Obama is giving Iran enough uranium to make a similar hydrogen bomb, namely a 50 megaton device? Can you believe that? While this Tsar bomb detonation took place in the 1960s in far-off Novaya Zemlya in the old Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, we'll discuss today how Obama is arming Iran so it can deliver one directly on top of Washington, D.C. All it needs to do to get it there is use its unvetted aliens that have been brought in by Obama. You know, I've been suffering like a lot of people this year with this dry weather, even though it's colder than a Dickens, and this cold that's been going around. I guess I shared a cold with Queen Elizabeth, who is bedridden for over a month. So if I'm drinking my cup of coffee today, I'm doing that just so I get through this video and do it with a sonorous voice. In addition to releasing jihadis from Obama, pardoning Mexican drug cartel assassins, and inventing thousands of pages of new federal regulations with his pen and cell phone, the Associated Press reports that Obama is now giving Iran enough uranium to create 10 nuclear bombs. The gift is made, but the physical transfer has not yet occurred. So there is still time for us to stop it. But let me say that again. Barack Obama has given Iran a shipment of natural uranium big enough to build at least 10 atom bombs, or one big hydrogen bomb. According to the Associated Press, the Obama administration has agreed to allow Russia to send, now get this, 130 tons of natural uranium to the Mad Mullahs of Tehran. That's 260,000 pounds of uranium. Obama could have vetoed this quote-unquote gift in the United Nations Security Council because America has the right to veto. But Obama will allow the transfer to take place because he wants to keep the Iranians from acting up for just another 10 days, just long enough for him to finally leave the Oval Office. And the Iranians are having a tough time behaving themselves, that's for sure, in spite of Obama's generosity, which I'll tell you more about in a minute. You probably remember the disastrous Iran nuclear deal that was negotiated by the Obama administration and John Swiftboat Kerry. After telling America repeatedly that Iran would never be able to build a bomb under the agreement, it turns out the deal is actually a pathway for Iran to build a bomb. Typical Democrat, right? We have to have a plan to stop Obama's transfer of uranium to Iran. And that is going to be done by adding a last-minute provision to the Midnight Rules Relief Act, which is designated as H.R. 21 in the House. We need your help to carry this out, so stay tuned. Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas discovered that there were 2 secret side deals that were made between Iran and the United Nations. What was in those deals? Nobody really knows. At least no American knows, except possibly Obama. Well, here was Senator Cotton's questioning of Swiftboat Kerry last year. Take a look and see.
I want to discuss the 2 secret side deals between the IAEA and Iran. I had to travel to Vienna last weekend to discover the existence of these side deals. The administration has now confirmed their existence. There's still some lack of clarity about their content. Secretary Kerry, have you read either of these 2 side deals between the IAEA and Iran?
No, I haven't read it.
Have you read any previous drafts?
No, I haven't.
On any form, paper, tablet, computer?
I've been briefed through our team that met with the IAEA.
That dummy Kerry sat across the table from the Iranian negotiators for weeks and never realized that they were cutting secret deals with the International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, which is a UN agency. We now know that one of those side deals allows Iran to test its own facilities to make sure it's not building bombs. It's going to test its own facilities. It's like giving a bunch of college fraternity boys a keg of beer and having them monitor who's not drinking. Well, Senator Cotton says that the arrangement is like allowing football players to test themselves for steroids. Well, that's his view. But I think I like the frat boys with a keg of beer better. Obama's diplomacy has worked out really well for America, hasn't it? Just 2 days ago, a UN Navy destroyer had to fire 4 warning shots at the Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard vessels. An Iranian fast attack craft was harassing our ships, and our ships had to shoot at them to get them to back down. Thanks, Obama. And who could forget that the American sailors, the ones that were abducted and later released by Iran last year, the ones that were forced to kneel at gunpoint. Now we have Obama giving a midnight gift to the Iranians, enough nuclear material, uranium, to create at least 10 atom bombs. So how do we stop this? Well, the Midnight Rules Relief Act is passed in the House by a vote of 238 to 134. Under the Congressional Review Act, it is incredibly difficult for Congress to overturn any federal regulation or other executive branch overreach. Congress can only vote on one regulation at a time. In fact, Congressman Darrell Issa of California says that only one federal regulation has been overturned by Congress in 15 years. Since 2001, they've had this act, but they've only done it once. Well, Obama's created 21,000 new federal regulations in just the past 8 years, so it will be virtually impossible for Congress to reverse that damage one at a time. But the Midnight Rules Relief Act will allow Congress to dump hundreds of similar regulations together and strike them all down at once. I say the Senate should attach an amendment to the Midnight Rules Relief Act to include Obama's shipment of uranium to the Mad Mullahs. If you agree that this is an act of monumental stupidity to give Iran enough uranium to build 10 atom bombs, I hope you'll speak out on this issue. You can go to our action page today and send personalized letters to the Senate and the House demanding that Obama's midnight nuclear transfer be added to the Midnight Rules Relief Act. We need your help because when enough American patriots speak out, Congress listens. Stay tuned because Bob Mallory will have instructions for you on the next screen describing how to get to our action page. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many blessings.
Tell Congress to block Obama's midnight nuclear gift to Iran. If you're on our action page on our website, use the form next to the video screen to select a program. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to find the link to our action page. Or check the video's description to find the link. Speak out today.